Hmm. Looks like it's snowing right now. Hmm. But of course, us vampires, we love the snow because how cold it is. Good evening, my dear watchers. One more minute. Finger fangs! Con. Sometimes they have a mind of their own. Just a sec. Get it, get it. God darn it! Never mind. Hold it. Ah, that's better. Sometimes my fangs have a mind of their own. But anyway, enough about my fangs. Let's get to the review, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? What vampire review I'm reviewing for you today, ladies and gentlemen, is Lost Boys. Now, tell you the truth, this movie started the whole trend of vampires who are teenagers, so they stay forever young. I don't look too bad myself. I'm quite young myself. This one is a good story. And surprisingly, it has Corey Feldman and Corey Haines in this movie. In the story, there's a teenager who is Corey Haynes' older brother, who's a teenager himself. He meets this beautiful young girl here, and he gets quite interested into her until she knows that she hangs out with these Lost Boys, these young punk teenagers. And of course you can see Keith and Sutherland is there. He's like the leader of the group. And then they turn Michael into a vampire, because he wants to join with them over because of some girl. So now he becomes a vampire. And her brother, well, and Michael's brother that Corey Feldman played, he goes to a comic book store and meet these two vampire hunters, and one of the vampires is played by Corey Feldman. And they gave Corey Haines a comic book where it explains everything about vampires. So Corey sits down and starts reading a lot about the vampires. Kind of makes me think I should get that issue. I mean, there are tons of comic books with vampires in it. Indeed. And then here's the strange part. They discovered the only way to kill a vampire is to kill the head vampire, so all the vampires that he turned will turn back to normal. And of course, Michael's mother, she's meeting this guy named Max who works in the video store. And the strange thing about him, he works at nighttime, and they're trying to figure out if he's a vampire. And of course, spoilers, he is a vampire. And the whole premise of the whole story about these vampires, these teenage vampires, they go around causing trouble. And they also, start causing trouble. So Max, who is their leader, he wanted a mother figure. Kind of makes you think of Peter Pan, doesn't it? Because, you know, in the story, Peter Pan wanted Wendy because he thought his boys might need a mother figure. Trying to be one big vampire family, huh? Anyway, Corey Feldman and his friend, and Corey Haines, and Michael, they're trying to kill all the other vampires while turning this girl to human. And of course there's this young little boy who hangs out with her, and he himself is a vampire. Until at the end, their grandfather, he himself knew about vampires, so he staked Max. I have to say, you should give this movie Lost Boys a watch. It is a very, very good movie. Not bad for a teenage vampire movie, I had to say for myself. And then years later, they decided to make more and new Lost Boy movies. Back in 2008, they made this. Lost Boys The Tribe. Starring Corey Feldman, once again playing the same character as he played in the movie, the vampire hunter. None of Corey Haines because he passed away over drug addiction. No Michael. No one. I hate sequels when you only have one character from the first movie. And then they made a third movie after that, in 2010, Lost Boys The Thirst, and Corey Feldman once again returned. You know, I feel sorry for Corey Feldman, you know, because he was a former child star, and of course now when he became a full-grown man, his career is not going pretty good. So he's sort of desperate on starring in anything he can get himself into. Anyway, now I haven't watched the sequel nor the third movie, but I know some of you can comment down below and tell me if they are good or not. And if they are good, I might come around to watch them. But for me, I'm just too busy. But you should watch this one. I say it's a very good movie and really scary. And look at Kiefer Sutherland turn into a vampire. Of course, I have a special, it's a 2-disc special, and it has an extra talking about vampires from other countries. Which I have to say is an interesting documentary they made in this featurette. And they say this was the first movie where Corey Feldman and Corey Haines first appeared together. Because they both hardly appeared on anything together until this. But of course, some of you might know that they always put a lot of sexuality into it. Like in most vampire movies. Anyway, at least they're not being like Twilight. Ugh. I hate Twilight. Well, I don't know about you, but as for me, I should start looking more like an old-fashioned 50s teenager. I love this leather jacket. I may not like leather pants, but leather jackets make me look cool. Actually, I look more like a mix between Marlon Brando and James Dean. And I'm not wearing black khakis. I'm wearing jeans. It's been a long time since I decided to look like this. This kind of fashion style hadn't changed. Till then, I, Count Dracula, leave you for the day. And this is the end of True Blood in the Vampire Reviewer. 'Cause next time, Mr. Multi-Voice Reviewer have something very special to say to you folks in his next review, so stay tuned. As for me, I'm going clubbing. So, stay cool. Oh, one more thing I forgot. Ah, they're working again. Ah. So, party, party, party. I love a good party. Till then.